Hey everyone, Ravinous here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV and our playthrough of 2.0 through 3.2. When we last left off, we had a murder mystery on our hands where young ladies were being killed with their faces messed up by a winged eyeball monster. We found one, found a corpse, turned it in. Led us to this guy here because he has knowledge of the emblem found on the button of one of the victims. But apparently he knows something, so let us get to it. Can I say so again? So. Okay. Alright, skeletons in her closet. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the Dartincourts. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amadine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, but these masked men. But my lady believed that they would help her regain what she had lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually, there came a day when my lady bound one of her handservants to her bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was, but when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hawke Manor, my home for nigh on half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and I longer still for the woman that Lady Amadine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved to never speak of my experience until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore you swore to me you would. She awaits you at Hawke Manor on the western edge of the central shroud. Go now, go and do what must be done. Okay, so we are going to head off to Hawke Manor. And, if you remember from last time, we unlocked another gate here in Gridania, which we are going to use right now, because it is the fastest way to get there. Getting to an Aetherite is another question. Okay, there's one over there. Now, just prior to this recording was the latest live letter, and how before I mentioned about White Wolf Gate, the gate I was telling about. Before I mentioned that I had leveled 15 levels of Lancer off camera, so you guys didn't have to go through it. We did get confirmation in the live letter today that the necessity to do that is going away in the expansion, so more reason for it to not be important for this playthrough. Now, we have two things, because we just hit level 30 at the end of the last video. Note, we are up in Surlhaven now. There's pretty much a barrier between this area and the other part of Central Shroud. Not very important. But what was I going to say? Yeah, since we hit level 30, we have a major event to do in our class quest. Yet at the same time, we have Hawke Manor to deal with. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish Hawke Manor and this storyline, so that way we can have a good breaking point in the main story. Then we'll go do the job stuff. First, I got to take care of this eyeball. You know, with all these floating eyes here, one would think that, well, we were in a different zone. We were fighting the giant eyeball before, so... Alright. It's dead. So yeah, we'll do... There it is, Hawke Manor. Alright, and 2 eyeballs. Alright, let's get some Featherfoot going. So, once we can get to the door, I unlock the dungeon and the duty finder. Oh, we are getting close. Alright. So there we go. All we have to do is touch the manor gate. And it is now accessible. So, I will make a cut here as I jump in the duty finder, so that way you guys don't have to wait for the queue times once again. So, be right back. Alright, we are here at Hawke Manor. That's not the right way to go. Alright, so... need to kill monsters, find keys, make our way through the manor. Whoop. Alright. Sith bolt enough. So the handmaidens, you generally have to watch out for that huge AoE because it'll fear us. Like, that's what happened to our tank. But they generally have lower hit points than a lot of the other stuff in here, so we can take them down fairly quickly. Now, what I think this tank doesn't realize is that there's a key behind us, but we're going to have to clear this out anyway, so... Here we go. So, it looks like our healer was ready to take to cleanse the fear off of him. Alright. Just gotta keep punching things. That's all my job is. Though, to be fair, the last boss in here is a bit more difficult than the other bosses we've faced so far in dungeons. I do like the escalating. Even though it's, you know, very slow, the difficulty is escalating in the various dungeons we've been doing. So, you know, when you're in the beginning dungeons, depending on your skill with MMOs, you might find them, like, super easy, but they scale. You know, the early dungeons are supposed to be easier. Oh, they're got in a fight. I think. Is there an enemy in there? I forget. Nope. Okay. Alright. See, I knew where to go because I've been here thousands of times. And really, that's only a very slight exaggeration. This is one of my favorite dungeons. But, you know, after a while it does get a little old when you do it over and over and over and over and over again. Get a little featherfoot going. There we go. We're going to have to worry about the right here. Got the key. Now we can go unlock that door. Alright. There we go, and then there's another key right there. I'm going to stand right outside the AoE. Here we go. And grab the key. Alrighty then. I had a feeling he was going to unlock this door. There's really no... There's worthless garbage in that chest and a few enemies. I'm okay with that. I will let him explore. Because that will let you guys explore through him. I guess. I don't know. Maybe this will make this a bit more of an interesting video. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. And in there, high potions. Alright. Now this one can be tricky because those two maidservants patrol back and forth. And for groups that aren't expecting it, that could be a bit of a threat. But it does look like they're heading away from us right now, so if we can take these guys out before they get back, we should be fine. Or at least close to it. In fact, I'll throw in a internal release, get more crit. I should attack the bat. See, I'm keeping an eye out for those two handmaids out of the corner of my eye. I can see that they're at the far end of the hallway right now. Alright, let's go for him next. Oh, sorry about that. That should have been muted. Should have been. So we go over to... There we go. Sorry, I thought that was muted, but apparently it wasn't. Alright. There we go. I know there's another key in here, so... While they take out that maidservant. Alright, boss. She's just a more powerful version of what we've been facing. She's a more powerful maidservant. So really, I just have to avoid the AoEs, and I'll be good. See, she also randomly targets people with a fireball AoE. So, like, they have to worry about that, like that right there. For me, I think I have to worry about that and the point-blank one, that fear, because she does that too. Oh, why did you knock back? That was annoying. Don't knock back when you don't need to. Oh well. That's happened since day one, so. Avoided the AoE. Though I think he may have stopped her from casting it. But either way, if he didn't and I stayed, then it would have been bad for me. Best for me to avoid. Alright, too low on health for me to use my dot, so grab the key. Let's see, shield, I don't need it, I'm going to pass. They are going the wrong direction. Because the real way is this way. Alright, we're at the... Here they come. All right. All right. So now, skeletons and bats. Oh, and corpse flies, because that's gross. And there we go. Okay, that's angry. That one will be angry, so he is my target. Oh, main servant passing the hallway up ahead. Good to keep an eye on her, because we don't want to be blindsided when you come around the corner. I'll get the key, but I'm keeping an eye on that hallway. Because there she is. Stay out of the AoE. So yeah, our next objective is to get through that door there. But we need to find the key. Which... Luckily, I've been picking up all the keys, so we can unlock all the doors. Alright, I'm going to have to change my focus so that... because that one servitor was getting angry at me. Add to my crit. Switch back to this servitor. Alright, he's getting angry at me again, so I'm going to switch to the corpse fly. So, he's attacking the healer. I should take him out. There we go. Yeah, I thought he was attacking the bard at first. He might have been. Alright, well, I'm going to grab some more keys. Grab all the keys. There is nothing worthwhile in there. Again, I'm going to keep an eye on that corner because I know there's another handmaid in the area. Like I said, I've been here so many times, so I know what to expect. The only thing that makes a difference, really, is who you're in here with. Alright, switch to the bat. Oh no, you got the corpse fly. She should be coming around that corner any time now. I mean, she has a long patrol route, but I haven't seen her yet, so... Pretty soon. Pretty soon. See, there she is. There we go. He's stunned in the dark mist. Alright. I just gotta keep on punching. Gotta keep punching. Back and forth, back and forth. At least our bard has some decent AoE. I don't right now. My one AoE ability is so pathetically weak, it's not even worth it, because it's more of a silence than any AoE ability. Alright. 2 more locked doors. We have 3 keys. Good. Come on. Yes. Because I know there's chests right here that could have loot. It has garbage. He completely missed. I don't know why our bard's hanging back, but whatever. Oh, here he comes. Just gotta keep at it. Trash mobs are trash, but hey, at least we're getting experience for it. Really, I'm only, what, 2 levels ahead of the quest? Yeah. Alright, and I grab the key. That will let us go face the next boss. Up and over. It's a one-way passage. 2 bosses. So one is a caster, the jester. The other is a melee, which is the steward. It really depends on which one. Well, really, there's not much difference. I mean, we do have to stun the steward's ability every once in a while, just to make it a little easier, but it's still a rather easy fight, but it is... The tank does have to keep control of both of them. Well, he used Provoke then, so that means that Jester does not have much threat on him because of how Provoke works. So I'm going to focus on the Steward. Whoop. Or I'm just going to bounce back and forth to whichever I have the least amount of threat on. This Provoke, for those of you who don't know, essentially puts your threat at the top of the list, +1. So if the person who had threat that you just beat does essentially one more action, then they have threat again. So using it as a pull, say if my attack does 10, if I attack first and he uses Provoke, he's then at 11. But if I attack again, then I'm at 20. So his pull puts it at 1. My first attack will pull it because I'm at 10. What it's supposed to be is he's supposed to provoke and then follow it up with a big threat move. So if he has a move that does, say, 30, he does provoke, so that way he'd be at, say, 11, then use the next one, and he'd be much higher at that point. Let's see, that is not for me. That is also not for me. This is... Now, the trick to this is we need to go back to the entrance, so using return will get us back to the entrance real quick, rather than having to run all the way back. It's like the only dungeon that I've seen that that becomes a thing. Because other dungeons that have you returning to the beginning either they have like a teleporter that takes you, but most don't even need to. So, 1 second. There we go. Sent them a message, let them know that I will be recording a cutscene for you guys. Let's see, where is... Alright, there's... We're still waiting on our tank. Okay, I think he just teleported. There he is. Go up this way. We now need to take out the sentry. So as we go down that hallway to the left, there's a few more sets of ads and a treasure chest that usually has like an accessory. But really, I don't need those. And I doubt these guys need or want them because they are much higher level. But by working on this, we unlock the boss's room. Here we go. Lady Amadine. Now, she can be tricky because she has pillars we need to turn off when they start doing damage to us. She throws ads at us, and she's a more powerful succubus model, just like the handmaid. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the towers behind this fog, right there. There we go. One off. And going for 2. There we go. That lamp is still on. I will go turn that off. Alright, ad showed up and the lamps are back on. Gotta turn these off. Get cured. Good. The ad is dead. Throw a dot out. There, another ad is out. I'll go ahead and kill it. Back to the boss. Alright, the final set of ads are out. We'll take these out real quick. I do need to keep an eye on her health. Featherfoot, save me! Oh, second wind. Let's get some more damage out. Get out of the mist. And limit break. Done. Another dungeon completed. Alright, what weapon, what did we get? We got a shield. I don't need it. Going ahead and pass. Do that to the bard. It's the only one left. And Hawke Manor complete. Simple enough. Darkness has taken root within these walls, these halls, sprung from the most unlikely of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that has quickened it to life. Two of them. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It is no ordinary mortal who can acquire 1 crystal of light, much less 3. The crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. Heidelin chose well. A pity that your existence is incompatible with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Alas, we came here not to play, but to make the measure of your strength for Master La Habrea. That task now accomplished, we take our leave of you. Fare you well, bringer of light. Alright, so with that, we will end this episode here. In the next, we will finish by reporting in and and essentially we're doing the aftermath of this one. And then we will focus on our level 30 job quest. So, if you enjoyed this, give it a like. Any thoughts, comments down below. If you haven't subscribed, click on my beautiful face. If you like to support these videos, check out my Patreon. And thank you for watching. Till next time, later.